We are with ticket 7446. This is a CONN Transitional Tenor saxophone that has been damaged from a fall off the stand. It's not huge visible damage to the body tube or bell or neck. It's nothing like that, but it's a considerable bump that's taken stuff out of alignment and made some problems with hinge tubes and hinge rods binding both stacks, and a little bit of damage to the palm keys and the high E, etc., and the bell keys. Let's just go from top to bottom. Also, just while we're here, these rollers are seized, so we have to unseize these rollers. So this has not got anything to do with the damage, but the grub screw is out of the high E middle post. That needs to be made, or we find one, or we do something about that so it stays in. It's bent here, this E key. Its rod is bent. Also, it's leaking at the front and back. It's not seated properly. Also, while we're on palm keys, our D's taken a bit of a bash in right there. Let's just zoom in on that. That's bashed the body tube in. You can see that when you're looking down the body tube. And what's happening here is that this is not seating properly. It's just moved slightly, so we've got to get that to seat because that's way too much of a leak there. Let's go to the neck. The neck, this guy most probably needs changing, I would say, for sure. And we need to change that cork. That's not going to work. The tenon receiver and neck tenon fit really poorly. There's so much movement there. It's like they're having a little dance. We've got some problems with seating of our speaker key. As you can see, it's not seating. It's just hitting hard at the back there at about 1 o'clock. If that's the clock face there, here's oh no, sorry, not 1, about 11 there. It's hitting hard at 11, and it's creating that leak there. We can push that down, push. Oh, there it is. But that's not how it goes. We're going to get that out. We're going to get that to seat properly. We're also going to get this to seat and be regulated properly. Also, you can feel the binding in this biz, sorry, not B, the biz, and it's not seating properly either. It's leaking. It's not regulated. Also, the A is not seated properly, and our G has got a very minute leak over there at the 9 o'clock. But round the back of the G and round the back of the A, it's all a little tragic. This is the A that you can see shutting or supposedly shutting, and here's the G supposedly shutting also, and you can see right through there. That's the G closing down, and it just doesn't get anywhere near what it's supposed to be doing with that rolled tone hole. It's all a little tragic at the moment, this horn, not playing at all, but it most probably would play on these leaks, but pretty badly. We could squeeze and push some serious air down the horn, and we would get something out of it for sure. We know we can. We all do it. There's our B. The G sharp's looking pretty good. Oh, a little bit of light there. Yeah, a little bit hitting hard at the back, huh? Our speaker, you guys might call it the F sharp, I call it the speaker, the right stack speaker. This is all out, and the right stack's got some binding in it. I can feel it. It's just not supposed to feel like this. It's got all this sort of not nice feeling. We're going to get rid of this here. We're going to get some Teflon on here. We need some Teflon on here also. Yeah, the stack's a bit wonky. Let's zoom out. There we go. zooming out. The Alt keys are good. This Alt C's got a little bit hitting hard just here. Our C is not seated. I checked that out before. Our E flat's good. The bell keys are not regulated and maybe not seated, but definitely not regulated. This low B is not shutting at all. Well, it shuts that much, so that's not shutting as far as I'm concerned. Our B flat is not really seated, so typical bell key issues, but that's pretty bad. I'm squeezing and squeezing and squeezing and squeezing and squeezing, and it's still not shutting. So the bell has taken a little bit of a knock, and you can see that with the C sharp, it's leaking out of the C sharp here. So this is a bit of a problem as well. There we go, that leak's gone. So the C sharp's open. Considerable time to do all this. Wish it didn't take hours and hours, but it does to do it properly, especially when you've got binding in these big long rods on the stack. So there's definitely some binding here. You can feel it in the beers, and you can feel it in the right stack as well. There we go. That's long enough. I've been flapping my gums way too long.